Hi, and welcome to the Wine Bar, where I bring you bar-inspired workouts and wine information. My name is Piper. I'm an IBB-FA and certified instructor, and thank you so much for joining me today with this workout. So today we're going to be doing a 10-minute arm workout, since my last few videos have been full body or lower body focused. So we're going to be using 2 wine bottles or regular weights, whatever you have, and we're going to be just burning out the shoulders and the biceps and the triceps and getting everything nice and toned. So if you like these videos, like and subscribe, and I'll be bringing more to you. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the 2 bottles of wine that I have, and today we're going to be talking about Muscadet, which is one of my favorite whites. It's French, and it's really exciting to talk about. I don't have any bottles at my house, so I'm actually using a Spanish white that we'll talk about another time. But I just wanted to let you know that, as always, please make sure that you do this at your own pace, nothing that feels bad, and listen to your body. This is supposed to be fun, a joy of moving, and I'm really, really looking forward to you joining me. Okay, so we're actually going to warm up, so I'm going to put my bottles down, and I'm going to just stretch up overhead and come into like a little bit of a squat, stretch my arms overhead, come down into a little bit of a squat, overhead, a little bit of a squat, 2 more times overhead, into a little squat, up, last one, down, overhead. Okay, so now we're just going to come into some easy side lunges. So I'm just keeping my arms in the middle of my chest here, just to do that with them. But we're going to be talking about Muscadet, which is a perfect pairing for oysters and anything seafood related, or actually anything fried related. And we're going to be doing some nice arm movements. All right, so 2, last 1. All right, so now we're just going to do an easy twist from side to side to get our spine a little loose and easygoing, right? So we always want to warm up before exercising, helps lubricate the joints and kind of just get your body ready for what we're about to do. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to do a little bit of arm workout, arm warm up. So I'm going to just do some big circles backwards, right? Get the shoulders nice and lifted and mobile. It's another thing about my philosophy of movement is we want to be able to move our whole life. So doing all of these, now let's go the other way, is meant to bring mobility, flexibility, and strength to all of these little muscles that we don't actually think about during the day. And so we're just trying to get them going, and we want to make sure they're nice and warmed up. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to keep my bottles of wine, and I'm going to use them as weights. So we're going to be doing biceps first. So take the weights / wine bottles in both of your hands, and we're going to start with our arms parallel. Our abs are pulled in tight, our knees are slightly bent, and we're going to just do some bicep pulses. So we're just pulsing up, right? So we're just keeping our elbows nice and tight to our chest, and we're just pulsing up. So again, a wine bottle is about 2.5 pounds. So like after a while, we do these for a little bit of time, and you'll definitely feel it unless you're used to doing 40 pounds, which I am not. So, all right. But today, like I said, our wine knowledge is going to be Muscadet. So if you've never heard of it, it's from the Loire Valley. It's a nice, crisp white wine. I really like it as an alternative to Sauvignon Blanc and also Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay. It's like a little, I wouldn't compare it to Chardonnay because it's not oaky and it doesn't have like a vanilla-y flavor to it, but it's really good with seafood. All right, so, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, done with the pulses. Now we're going to go half up and then come back down to where we started at 90 degrees. So half up and down, half up and down. So Muscadet is actually the region, as most wines are in France, named after the region, not the grape. And it's actually called Melon de Bourgogne. So sometimes if you see it in other parts of the world, it will be named Melon de Bourgogne and not Muscadet. And I'm sorry, I'm killing the pronunciation right there. But regardless, it's a really nice, crisp, dry white wine. Really good for summer, really good for shellfish, really good for any kind of like light lemon spaghetti or pasta, fish with a lemon sauce like a meunier. I know that sounds so pretentious, but one of those kind of fish dishes. And it goes really well with fried things, like if you have onion rings or French fries or any of those kind of things. It's like a nice kind of palate cleanser because it's so dry and crisp. All right, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure our abs are pulled in tight and our shoulders are down and our hips are still a little bit bent. And now we're going to go all the way down and all the way up. All the way down and all the way up. We're going to keep the abs in tight. So like I said, I'm starting to feel these weights right now. My arms are getting a little bit fatigued, but I know that I'm doing some really good things for my joints and my muscles, and that's the whole point of fitness, right? It's not to punish ourselves for eating. It's not to look a certain way. I mean, it can be, but we really want the focus to be on movement, being able to move, and joyful being in our bodies, right? All right, so like my biceps are really starting to get a little fatigued now, but we're almost done. So we got about 15 seconds of this, right? I always have to make sure that I bring my shoulders down and I don't hunch them up by my ears like that. And then I always want to make sure that I'm engaging my abs, so that's why I will remind you a lot. Because I always, whenever I think about it, I realize I have to engage them a little bit more. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Okay, so now we're going to take our arms, we're going to keep them right where they are, where our elbows are right next to our ribs, but we're going to bring them out, and then we're going to go all the way up and all the way down doing a corner curl. So it just hits your bicep a little bit differently. So we're trying to get all the muscles in our arms with this workout, just to get a nice, quick, efficient arm workout in. All right, so we're corner curling, and we're going to get the shoulders, and oh my goodness, they're going to be real spicy at the end of this. All right, so we got about 30 seconds left. And corner, we're just making sure we're bringing everything in tight. We're making sure that we're bringing it in and resisting down. We don't want to just drop everything. That is not good for our muscles. So, all right, so about 10 seconds left. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're going to give those biceps a little bit of a rest right now. And now we're going to come into what I like to call the really torturous bar pose. Okay, so we're going to come with our feet in a little V position. We're going to come up onto our toes, and we're going to bring our knees into a little diamond position. We're going to make sure our hips are directly over our ankles, and now we're going to work on our shoulders. If this position doesn't work for you, or you feel like it's not for you today, just feel free to go back into the both feet on the floor position like we did for the biceps. Okay, so now we're going to bring the wine bottles up. We're really balancing here, and we're going to bring the bottles down like we're kind of doing a little row with like in the weight machines in the gym, and we're just kind of going up and bringing them back down to that, I guess it's like a 180 degrees, right? So I do this sometimes with no weights, but for a really long time, and I just want to die afterwards. This is really good for your shoulder mobility and strengthening the shoulder muscles. All right. So back to Muscadet. So I used to sell one that was kind of a cult Muscadet producer when I lived in New York. And the guy who was the winemaker, he was really funny. He had a really long beard, and sometimes he would wear a pointy cap, and he looked like the Travelocity gnome. And that was always my favorite little story when I would show the wine, because the wine was just delicious as it was. And he also had a couple of different vineyards and expressions of it, but that he looked like the Travelocity gnome was one of my favorite things. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we're gonna keep our elbows up and we're gonna just do little mini pulses and we're going in and out. Okay, so just in and out like this. We're making sure our abs are pulled in tight like they always should be, and our butt is not sticking out. Our butt is right over our ankles. All right, so we are really burning out those shoulders right now and doing good things for upper body, right? We always want to be able to bring in the groceries all at once or carry boxes in and not worry about hurting our arms. So that's what we're working on here. All right, so we got about 20 seconds left. Woo! This is definitely spicy. All right, so leave in the comments, what is your favorite shellfish? I know that can be a bit of a contentious question, but like I love lobster and shrimp. Those are my favorites, and I love everything that is like white wine and garlic with shellfish. All right, so we're almost done here. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last shoulder move. Woo! I need to give them a little break. And if you do, a break is not giving up, just a little break. Okay, so now we're gonna just hold our weights out, really long levers with our arms. And we're gonna do little circles. Okay, we're doing little circles. This is the last move for our shoulders, I promise. And then we're gonna do some triceps, and then we're gonna be done. So just hitting everything real quick and efficient. All right, and so we got about 15 seconds left, and then we're just gonna go the other way. And then my shoulders are oh, 10 seconds, and then the other way. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, tiny little break, back out, and now backward circles. Okay, our abs are in tight, our butt is still over our ankles. We've got about 20 seconds, and then we can put these down, which will feel great. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew! All right. Ooh, those shoulders. Real spicy now. Okay, so we're done with the shoulders and we're gonna go into the triceps. So this is a little different position than we've been doing. So we're gonna have a slight bend with our hips directly over our ankles. Our abs are in tight, and we're going to have our weights/wine bottles tapping up. So we're just working our triceps here with this little bit of weight, and these are going to be real saucy as well. Is it shellfish saucy? I hope so. All right, so we're tapping up. Oh. And sorry, I have a tickle on my nose, but I can't do anything about it since I'm holding the weights, right? So trying to think, what else can we talk about Muscadet? Yeah, you can usually find it in most, wine stores that care about what wine they carry. And make sure our abs are in tight. We're pulsing up. We've got about 10 seconds left. And then we're going to just do a little lower and lift, which is slightly different than what we're doing now. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we're just going back and just kind of like a micro bend in our arms, right? Micro bend. Whew. Ooh, I can definitely feel this. But this is really good for the back of your arms, really good for our shoulders. Everything we're doing is really good for our body. Abs are in tight, and our arms/shoulders are not up by our ears, right? Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we're gonna hold them straight, and then we're gonna push them together like we're clapping behind our back. So this is gonna be our last tricep move. So we can do this. We can do this. This last one. You can do this. I believe in you. All right. So we got about 25 seconds, right? And we get to do a nice cool down, and we get to be really proud of ourselves for doing this arm workout. Whew. Okay, 15 seconds left. And you know what is my favorite part about eating shellfish that has garlic and butter is dipping bread in it. I mean, that is not one of life's little joys. I don't know what it is. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's roll everything out. You did it, yay. All right, putting my weights down, getting the hair out of my eye. And we're gonna do like a little bit of a cool down. So I'm just gonna swing my arms back and forth. Whew, they are real gooey now, right? So just opening everything back up, giving them a little bit of a break. Right, okay, so now we're gonna take the left arm and we're going to bring it behind our head and pull on our elbow to give the tricep a nice little stretch as well as the shoulder. Alright, now let's switch to the other side. I'm so proud of you. Arm work is always hard. It is very rewarding. Alright, tricep stretching. Right. Alright, now we're going to bring our arm across our chest to stretch out the back of the shoulder and the upper arm. So this is going to feel really good. Oh, those shoulder moves are killer. Even with this light amount of weight, I always want to die, but in a good way. Alright, switch. Other arm. Make sure you don't pull at your elbow. You want to be pulling either on your forearm or your upper arm. You don't want to be pulling on the joint. It's one of those workout rules, just so you don't overstrain anything. Alright. Alright, now we're going to reach up. Going to kind of go back to what we did in the beginning. Just a couple of reaches up. Come down into a little squat. Reach up. Come down. 3, 2, last one. Come down. And thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you found this workout fun and efficient. And like and subscribe if you get a chance, and I'll see you next week.